But one person in particular, Senator LOUISE Lucas, she had a vision for the casino in Portsmouth 22 years ago and has been fighting to make it happen ever since.
It feels like I've taken most of my adult life to get this bill across the finish line. Because there were times when I would go before the committee and they were looking at me like I had 3 horns and a tail. And like, this is never going to happen. But just look at us now. We've done our groundbreaking, and Portsmouth is going to be the first locality in the Commonwealth to have a casino.
Now I told your guys, if you wouldn't, no, this is on y'all. You shouldn't have did it.
No, this is not on us. You can't
We
tell
called
us
you to
what
say
we couldn't do. I told
The state senator told you.
Tell,
Now, I'm just saying.
listen to what I'm saying. I told you guys what they were saying, that they could not allow anybody to continue to go on that property, that it would be trespassing. They could not be allowed.
Yeah, but
Why did you come down here?
How can we be trespassing on city property?
But when we asked for
Pay
you
taxes for it.
Because if it's city property and they allow you, just like a park, that you have certain restrictions for who can be on it and who cannot be on it, you all were not authorized to be on the
Well,
property.
where's that
They
list
are
of
now.
restrictions, though?
They are now. Dr. Patton just gave me permission through me.
Okay,
You need to give her a call.
the last conversation that I had.
I talked to her 15 minutes ago. You need to give her a call.
Okay, and I'll give her a call, but I talked to her like less than 5 minutes ago, and no one is allowed
This is
onto the
city-owned
property.
property. It is city-owned property. They pay their taxes. They got a right to get on their own property.
Chief-Ring, when did
Yes,
the
ma'am.
sign, the no trespassing, how did that come about?
So that came about today when we were going through the issues of, again, who the property is, who's allowed on the property, if
Right.
trespassing is allowed or not.
Okay.
So me and the city attorney going back and forth.
Yeah, you need to call Dr. Patton. Because I think I was the last one to talk to her.
We're not spending any more money on any cleanup.
Yeah, I understand, but again, I have to enforce
right,
the laws.
what the law.
And if I'm told they're trespassing and they're not allowed on the property,
Right.
Dr. Patton not going to tell you that. I talked to her. She is not going to tell you that.
So they
Trust
got
me.
they got some at the top too. So it's not just one group of people. Just need to put a top on it so we don't have this. If we can get a covering for it, we'll be all.
James, you all got another cover?
Huh?
Y'all
We need
got
some.
enough
Yes,
cover?
we need some more. Or we're gonna go buy some more. We're gonna put Black Lives Matter probably around the front of it. Cover, but
I just want to come down here and make sure nobody else got arrested. Okay? I was the first woman president of NAACP in this
I
city.
know. Listen, I'm
And
following
I've been
your
doing
lead.
this, I've been doing this stuff since 1980.
Right on.
Right.
So, I mean, I done lived it long enough.
You know, jail ain't nothing but a thing.
Ain't nothing but another thing to put, another thing to put on a piece of paper.
That's right.
Let me go sit over here. Lisa, you heard Dr. Patton tell me that this is their property. They can go
Yeah,
on.
they said the city property.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what Solomon Ashby told us today.
just let you know that Senator Lucas was out here. She's still out here now and told me to call Dr. Patton because she was given permission that this is city property, this is their property, they can do whatever they want to it. And obviously she gave a speech and they are inside now spray painting the monument. And told me she would make sure that nobody got arrested and these signs should not be up here about the trespassing. They are spray painting and defacing it. That's that.
Portsmouth is on hold now. State Senator LOUISE Lucas pulled her casino legislation from the General Assembly. Lucas says she can't get the support this year to get it through, but she plans again next year. Some of the revenue generated would help offset tunnel tolls and other transportation projects.
New at 6:30, Portsmouth State Senator Louise Lucas has filed a $6.7 million lawsuit against the city's former police chief, Angela Green, and another investigator. Lucas alleges that Green and Sergeant Kevin McGee brought baseless felony charges against her last year in connection to the Confederate statue vandalism. Police charged Lucas with destruction of property and conspiracy to commit a felony. One of the demonstrators was injured when a piece of that monument fell on him. Police claim that Lucas encouraged protesters to destroy the monument, saying they would not be arrested. Green has left the city and is now a police chief in Western Virginia.
Yeah, I think they need to call Dr. Pat. I just talked to John Rowe and Dr. Pat. I'm sending them and let them all disguise. But they won't put some paint on this thing, and y'all cannot arrest them. You need to call Dr. Pat, because they're going to do it. You can't stop it. This is city property.
This Senator Louise Lucas, by the way.
All right. They got it right. Go ahead.
Ma'am,
Yes?
you can't tell them to do that.
I'm telling you to call Dr. Patton. I'm not telling them to do anything. I'm telling you you can't arrest them. Call Dr. Patton. I'm going to stand right here.
Senator.
It is city property.
She said it's a no. Senator already talked to police.
I've already talked to Dr. Patton. And the two councilmen for Vice Mayor Burke and Shannon Glover on their way down here. And somebody need to call the press. Somebody call the Channel 10.
10 on your side, Gina Arevalo explains what this means for Senator Lucas, who's expected in Richmond tomorrow. Tom and Anita, some questions that still remain. When and where will Senator Lucas turn herself in? We're told she's already in Richmond preparing for the special session of the General Assembly that starts tomorrow, and Governor Ralph Northam is weighing in too. Portsmouth Police Chief Angela Green says this body camera footage of Senator Louise Lucas was one of several pieces of evidence reviewed that led to multiple arrest warrants being issued.
But they won't put some paint on this thing, and y'all cannot arrest them.
Lucas is facing charges of conspiracy to commit a felony and injury to a monument in excess of $1,000, stemming from the June protest that seriously injured Chris Green after a toppled statue fell on him. Police also issued arrest warrants for Portsmouth NAACP leaders and members, a Portsmouth School Board member, public defenders, and other protesters. Lucas's attorney, Don Scott, calls the charges a desperate act of politics.
And consequently, they're doing what they've always do, which is they weaponize the criminal justice system against black leadership. And that's what they're doing this time. We're going to fight it vehemently. We're going to fight it vigorously.
Green says PPD pursued a full investigation into the events leading up to the accident after requests for an independent investigation fell short and what she calls inaction by the Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
This investigation yielded the same results of holding individuals who commit crimes in our city accountable, of holding individuals who commit crimes in our city accountable, of holding individuals who commit crimes in our city accountable.
The detectives came to the conclusion that something did in fact happen worth bringing to the criminal justice system.
Attorney Tim Anderson started a petition to recall Lucas after the body camera footage emerged. She's suing him for defamation.
She's going to get to respond to this now in the criminal courts. She's going to get to respond to this now in the criminal courts. She's going to get to respond to this now in the criminal courts.
Portsmouth Mayor Shannon Glover describes the casino's footprint as the size of 4 football fields. State Senator Louise Lucas is the visionary backing the project.
And all of my adult life, I have envisioned bringing economic development to the city of Portsmouth, the home of my birth. And there were times when people were betting against me and voting against me. But, you know, I'm not one to give up. So I persevered, and it's been over 22 years, but the day has finally arrived.
Voters made the decision last fall to allow the casino. Fred Riley sells sports apparel and other goods at an indoor flea market off Victory Boulevard. He's excited to see more traffic.
I'm absolutely ecstatic about it. I'm glad to see it coming. It brings more business for me. I can't complain.
Riley says not only will the casino create jobs, but it will provide local entertainment.
A lot of people here actually gamble and get on the bus and go to Delaware. So all that will be out the window now. They can stay right here and spend their money. So a lot of people are excited about it being here.
As for the 1,300 jobs, the City of Portsmouth's Economic Development Director hopes Rivers Casino can foster successful careers for graduates of neighboring Tidewater Community College. The City of Portsmouth's Economic Development Director hopes Rivers Casino can foster successful careers. For graduates of neighboring Tidewater Community College. For graduates of neighboring Tidewater Community College.
They can help the training of that workforce. Some of those students that come out of there can transition over here.
You know what they say? You build it, people will come. I envision all kinds of things coming up around this casino.
Portsmouth is rising on the wings of the Rivers Casino.
Portsmouth is winning, and we love it, and we're going to continue to win, and everybody may as well get in with this bet because that's the way that they're going to win too.
So on Saturday, there's another charity event, another soft open to make sure everything's working right. Getting ready for the grand opening on Monday. The Rivers Casino, changing the Portsmouth landscape.
But I've been saying this all along. It gives people something to do.
Hundreds lined up in the cold to be the first ones to test their luck at Rivers Casino Portsmouth. Snowflake says she was the first person in line at 6:30 this morning. She's hoping to win big.
I'm here to win my winnings, and I know they're waiting for me to get my car fixed and a down payment for a house or an apartment.
But she also hopes she can win big to make a difference for others.
I want to make a difference to people on the street, and there are a lot of organizations that do things, but I want to be there to help people who come out of jail.
Portsmouth Mayor Shannon Glover says the expected new tax revenue will be a major help to the city.
We can increase opportunities with funding education, paying for our police and fire, our infrastructure, creating other opportunities where we can use those funds to make this the best place to live, work, and play.
For other first-time visitors wishing to test their luck, they have one suggestion.
I say come out here and try it, bring good energy. Starting off good, it's a lot of good vibes and energy. Hopefully we can keep it going and be something great for the area.
Come out, have fun, enjoy yourself.
Plenty of good reviews for last Thursday's event. Crowds packed the 1,400 plus slot machines and 57 game tables. The event raised money for several organizations in the area. Casino employees say they're thankful for how much the community has welcomed them.
It's spectacular. I'm beyond thrilled with how well the community has embraced us and how my team was so excited for this night. It's a relief, right? 408 days ago, I was the only employee, and I was out there with a shovel with the mayor and city council, and now there's 1,100 of us strong. It's a relief, right? It's a relief, right? It's a relief, right? 408 days ago, I was the only employee, and I was out there with a shovel with the mayor and city council, and now there's 1,100 of us strong, all excited for this night. So it's really satisfying.
Of course, the folks at Rivers are hoping to have a line for the grand opening tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll have live coverage there all day.
Portsmouth Vice Mayor Lisa Lucas-Burke says she's a big gamer and usually travels out of state, so she's excited for the day they finally open their doors.
Some of the things that I saw, I was excited. The eateries, just the places where the live band is going to be, the sports room is going to blow the guy's mind.
Casino officials tell us the delayed opening will give them additional time to test and verify new gaming equipment. And even though there's still some construction left to do, casino officials say that didn't contribute to the delay. Vice Mayor Lucas-Burke says no matter when they open, she believes the casino will bring great things to Portsmouth.
The tax revenues that's going to come to the city, that's going to be the biggest benefit, because we need this like our next breath of air. We need this like our next breath of air. We need this like our next breath of air to be able to help us to accomplish some of those projects that we want to push with our new council this year. And I'm excited for what Portsmouth is going to be in the future. I think this is our opportunity right here.
Now, another thing you're going to notice is that there is smoking inside. This does go against a no smoking in businesses rule that was passed in Virginia back in 2009, but you will see it inside here. During Thursday's soft opening, Tenor Side heard some complaints and concerns from people already. The General Assembly changed the code that stated smoking may be permitted in any portion of a facility licensed to conduct casino gaming, except any restaurant. Our Andy Fox also asked the casino's general manager about smoking.
The casino floor, the whole casino floor is smoking. The non-smoking areas are the poker room, the sports book, all the restaurants and the sound bar.
And when you're inside, you'll also notice there is no last call. Cocktails will be served 24 hours a day. Now, Rivers Casino plans to bring you all the fun. And as you probably know, betting has been gaining in popularity in Virginia since it started back in 2021. We know betting has been gaining in popularity in Virginia since it started back in 2021. First, it was FanDuel for the state. Rivers Casino Online followed soon. And now you'll be able to bet on sports in person inside of the casino. It was tested on Saturday. Casino officials say they're really excited about bringing that aspect of gambling to Hampton Roads.
With this Bet Rivers Sportsbook here at Rivers, now Hampton Roads can get in on some of that action. And just in time for the NFL playoffs, the Super Bowl, and March Madness.
And as we know, during Saturday's second soft opening, some big names in politics came out and gave it a whirl. The first people to place wages were Delegate Don Scott, Portsmouth Mayor Shannon Glover, and Senator Louise Lucas. Now, the casino's not only bringing fun to the area, it's also bringing some money in too. You may know that the federal government owns a lot of the land here in Portsmouth. That includes Norfolk Naval Shipyard and the Naval Hospital, and those areas cannot be taxed. But the casino is different. With Rivers moving into town, it's expected that the casino, as it is now, will generate between $12 and $16 million in taxes. And although there hasn't been a lot of public talk about how that money is going to be used, the city's money man, the commissioner of the revenue, says it'll be a huge help to Portsmouth's bottom line, about 20% more in taxes.
Because this is our lifeline for all intents and purposes. When you enhance a locality to the tune of about $12 to $16 million, obviously there's a lot of revenue that can be used here locally.
And if more businesses are added to Rivers, of course, that includes the possibility of a hotel that could mean even more revenue for the city down the road. So a really exciting day here in Portsmouth. People still coming into the casino, and we have multiple crews who are inside on the ground right now to bring you all the different angles of what this day means for the casino and for the city of Portsmouth. So Chris Madison will be checking in throughout the day to bring you all of that coverage.
Specifically, the study finds revenues in Portsmouth could take an $18 million a year hit if Petersburg opened. Now, if Richmond opened, remember Richmond also authorized to have casino gaming, but their voters in 2021, they voted down a casino. Well, if they both open, Petersburg and Richmond, Portsmouth could see a $31 million hit to revenue.
We'll leave pretty much up to the committee to decide whether or not there's space for another casino. But as I understand it right now, the JLARC study does not indicate that there is a feasibility that will allow it right now.
bets, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets.
We're at Rivers Casino Portsmouth. Today was the grand opening of the greatest casino in the state of Virginia. This was a community effort from the beginning when the citizens overwhelmingly voted to bring casino gaming to the city of Portsmouth. This has been an all-in effort for everyone to ensure that we have the best, the first, the finest casino gaming facility here in Portsmouth. So this is a true win-win from all aspects, from the people part to the revenue part to just being a good partner and bringing a new industry here to the city of Portsmouth.
In particular, Senator LOUISE Lucas, she had a vision for the casino in Portsmouth 22 years ago and has been fighting to make it happen ever since.
It feels like I've taken most of my adult life to get this bill across the finish line. Because there were times when I would go before the committee and they were looking at me like I had 3 horns and a tail. And they were looking at me like I had 3 horns and a tail. And they were looking at me like I had 3 horns and a tail. And like, this is never going to happen. But just look at us now. We've done our groundbreaking, and Portsmouth is going to be the first locality in the Commonwealth to have a casino.